Frankly, I'm not interested. Franchement, je ne suis pas intéressé. Ati mu by'ukuri sinabikunze. On one hand, this exercise is tiresome. On the other hand, it's good for your health. D'une part, cette activité physique est fatigante. D'une autre part, c'est bon pour ta santé. Ti ku ruhande rumwe iyi sport yarusha, ariko ku rundi ruhande ni nziza ku magara yawe. Anyway, I'll fix it. Laisse tomber, je vais m'en occuper. Ati byihoze ndabitunganya. Dear English learners, today's lesson is about comment and linking adverbs like on the other hand, frankly, anyway, and so many more. I'm Joachim from Bujumbura English Center. Are you ready? Let's get started. Today, I brought you two expressions to get the ball rolling. To get the ball rolling. And to keep the ball rolling. To keep the ball rolling. To get the ball rolling means to start an action. To get the ball rolling bisigura utangura igikorwa. You say, for example, let's get the ball rolling. Reka dutangure igikorwa. And to keep the ball rolling means to continue what you are doing. To continue an action. To keep the ball rolling bisigura kubandanya igikorwa wariko urakora. You say, for example, you do a good job. Keep the ball rolling. Ati ubikora neza, bandanya uko nyene. I hope you can start using these expressions right now to get the ball rolling and to keep the ball rolling. And if you think I should continue to make these kinds of videos, please write in the comment section, keep the ball rolling. Nimba wifuza ko mbandanya gukora video nk'izi, andika muri commentaire uti keep the ball rolling. Now, let's talk about comment adverbs. Comment adverbs are adverbs that help us to make a comment on what we said or what somebody else said. Comment adverbs nama adverb adufasha kugira icyo tuvuze ku byo uwundi muntu yavuze canke kongerako ikintu ku byo dushije kuvuga. For example, unfortunately. Unfortunately means in French malheureusement. Ikibabaje. For example, he had very good plans for his family. Unfortunately, he died. Ati yari afise imigambi myiza ku muryango wiwe, ariko ikibabaje yaciye apfa. We were holding a party outdoors. Unfortunately, it rained. Ati twariko turagira urubanza hanze, ariko ikibabaje imvura yaciye igwa. If you think this video is helping you, you can give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new on this channel. Nimba ubona iyi video iri kuragufasha ugire like, ukagura mushasha naho ugire subscribe canke s'abone. The next common adverb I'm going to talk about is surprisingly. Surprisingly means igitangaje. For example, it was a funny film. Surprisingly, he didn't laugh once. Ati yari film itwengeje, tariko igitangaje ntiyigeze atwenga na rimwe. I made a lot of effort. Surprisingly, he wasn't interested. Ati nashizemo inguvu nyinshi zishoboka, ariko igitangaje ntiyabaye intéressé. I hope you can provide your own examples using surprisingly. And another common adverb, luckily. Luckily means in French, heureusement. Ikinezereje, canke natomboye. You say, for example, I came to school late. Luckily, the teacher wasn't there. Ati naje kwishura ncerewe, nca ndatombora sanga umwarimu sihari. There was a terrible accident. Luckily, no one died. Tihabaye isanga ribi cyane, ariko ikiryoshe nuko atanumwe yapfuye. You can also use fortunately to mean heureusement, and you can use to my surprise to mean surprisingly. To my surprise, to her surprise, to your surprise. Here, you can use these phrases to mean surprisingly. We can also use sentence adverbials like broadly speaking, generally speaking, and honestly speaking. Broadly speaking and generally speaking mean muri rusange. Honestly speaking means mu vy'ukuri. You say, for example, generally speaking, the economy is good. Ati muri rusange ubutunzi bwifashe neza. Broadly speaking, we have made progress. Ati muri rusange twarateye imbere. Honestly speaking, I'm not interested. Ati mvugishije ukuri sinabikunze. Sometimes viewpoint adverbials can blend with comment adverbials, like, for example, from my point of view, from my perspective, personally, in my opinion, speaking from my experience, speaking from my understanding, and so many more. You say, for example, from my perspective, I think you're wrong. Ati ndabivuze uko ndavyumva nibaza ko bihenze. From my point of view, we didn't make any progress. Ati kubwanje nta terambere na rimwe twigeze dushikako. In my opinion, you did the right thing. Ati kubwanje wakoze ikintu ciza. Speaking from my experience, teaching is not easy. Mfatiye kuri experience mfise nibaza ko kwigisha bitoroshe. Do you think you can use these adverbials to make comments and to express your opinions? Now, let's talk about linking adverbs. A linking adverb is an adverb that connects two sentences, and the linking adverb relates to the previous sentence. A linking adverb ni adverb ituma haba isano hagati ya mungane abiri. Your linking adverb itangura phrase igira kabiri kandi ikaba yerekeye phrase yaje imbere. For example, he is rich, however, he doesn't have a car. Ti aratunze ariko nta modoka afise. Aha, a linking adverb ni however. However, bisigura ngo pourtant, ariko. He is tired, however, he keeps working. Ati ararushe, ariko abandanya akora. I hope you are now able to use however as a linking adverb. Another linking adverb, in addition. In addition means plus. Ichiyongereye kuri ivyo. Ikindi. Like, for example, he invited me to his party. In addition, he paid for my transport. Yarantumiye ku rubanza rwiwe, ikindi naco yaranandihiye transport. Next linking adverb I can talk about is instead. Instead means all year do. Aho gukora uku yakoze uku. For example, he didn't go to the hospital. He bought medicines from a pharmacy instead. Ati ntiyagiye mu bitaro, ahubwo yaguze imiti muri pharmacy. On the other hand means de notre part. Ku rundi ruhande. It goes with on one hand. Kenshi ijana na on one hand. For example, on one hand, I agree with you. On the other hand, I don't. Ati ku ruhande rumwe ndemeranya nawe, ariko ku rundi ruhande sinemeranya nawe. I hope you can provide examples using these linking adverbs. Now, there are some linking adverbs that we use to order ideas. Hari ama linking adverbs dukoresha mu gutondekesha ivyiyumviro. For example, first of all, firstly, secondly, and so on. For example, there are two reasons Firstly, I'm not interested. Secondly, I don't have the time. Ati hari impamvu zibiri. Iya mbere nuko ntari interese, iya kabiri nuko atamwanya mfise. Also linking adverbs that we use to sum up or to conclude. Hari ama linking adverbs dukoresha kugira ngo dusozere, pour faire la conclusion. For example, in conclusion, in brief, to sum up, to conclude, all things considered, in a nutshell. All those are adverbs that you can use to sum up. Ayo yose nama adverbs ushobora gukoresha mu gihe uri kurasozera ikiganiro cyangwa uri kurasozera ikiyago. Now, in other words is used to rephrase. Turakoresha in other words kugira ngo dusigure. For example, the matter is under consideration. In other words, they are thinking about it. Ati ikibazo bariko baracihweza. Ati mu yandi majambo bariko baraciyumvirako. By the way, we use by the way to change the subject. Turakoresha by the way kugira ngo duhindure sujet. Duhindure icyo turavugako. For example, you tell me, I had a nice lunch. Urambwiye uti nafunguye ivyo kurya biryoshe saa sita. I can answer, good. By the way, where did you put my coat? Shura gusha nkwishura nti sawa, mbe hajya ya koti yanje wayishize he? Urumva ko turavuga ibijyanye na lunch n'imfungwa za saa sita, ariko jewe nje nibuka ivy'ikoti yanje nje ngomba kubicishamo ndiko ndahindura sije nkoresheje by the way. I hope you understand how it works. Anyway, we use anyway to dismiss something. Turakoresha anyway kugira ngo twihoze ikintu. For example, who messed up with this microphone? Anyway, I'll fix it. Yabajije nti ninde yononye iyi microphone? Shinongera ko nti vyihoze ndayikora. Yeah, we are using this to do what? To dismiss something. I hope you understand how it works. After all. We use after all to support a statement. Turakoresha after all kugira ngo dushigikire icyiyumviro duhejeje kuvuga. Kugira ngo tuvuge ko ibyo duhejeje kuvuga byumvikana. For example, I have to go home. After all, it's midnight. Ati mbwirizwa kugenda muhira na kare saa sita irageze. I hope you've learned many things about common adverbs and linking adverbs, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you very much for your attention. Until next time, bye-bye.